All right, next, as you can see from our agenda, we have to ebb and flow depending on people's time and availability. And as the legislators come, we will call them to the podium. But in the meantime, we will also, community members and leaders that we put on the agenda, if you could just prepare, I'll call you in the order that we have you printed. So if Cindy and Wa from Neighborhood House are here, please come and talk to us about the great things that you are doing at Neighborhood House. And I know Wa, he can rile you up, so I want him to do that. Come on.
Hello. Wow, I am amazed. I'm actually quite nervous. It's actually my first time. Unfortunately, my supervisor, Cindy Yang, is not here. Again, my name is Wa Yang. I am from Neighborhood House. We're just located right across the river on the west side of St. Paul. It's also known as the Paul and Sheila Wellstone building. So if any of you guys have been there, definitely stop by. If you plan to, stop by and say hi. Okay, so first I want to thank you all so much for coming. I mean, seeing so many new faces, especially young faces here, really makes a standpoint and prove that there is a movement and we need this. A little bit about Neighborhood House. We've been around actually quite a while, since the 1800s. And some of the programs that we offer there are basic needs. Now, for some of these who might not know what basic needs is, it's basically what it is. Basic needs, food, the essential stuff for daily living. And what Neighborhood House provides is a culturally sensitive food shelf for participants. I know my mom uses it. I know some families have used it. A lot of families actually use it. A lot of immigrants. Neighborhood House strive to serve immigrants and refugees. So we're culturally and sensitively knowledgeable of that. As well as we focus on education, whether it be ELL classes or GED, and health education, which I am the health educator of one of our programs there. So to formally introduce myself, I am the API community health worker at Neighborhood House. To my knowledge, probably the only one that really focused on the Asian Pacific Islander, talking about, it might be a taboo in some of our culture, but sexually transmitted diseases and infections. Now, when I say that, I know a lot of people cringe and don't want to talk about it. And I know that that's perfectly fine, because in our culture, we don't really talk about that. We don't really talk to our relatives or brothers or siblings or friends about that. But we do need to talk about it, because it is very important. And one of my goals is to close that gap of that health disparity that we don't have is education. Educating our people about the importance of this disease or infections. I also want to say that by doing this, being an advocate, you yourself is also an advocate and educator. Because I myself cannot do it. And I ask to extend that you and other organizations who do serve the API community to get involved, to talk to one another, to contact me if you need to. My services are free. It is funded by MDH and the state. It's free, and I strongly encourage individuals to reach out and talk. We can talk about anything to reproductive health, to what are the myths, what are the stereotypes of STDs and STIs. How do I approach it in talking about this topic? Because it is a hard topic. But I do want to let everyone know that I am here, as well as many other services. Also, I'll talk a little bit about networking. I know that there's a few organizations out there, and it's very important that instead of reinventing the wheel, we're here together. We're helping to close this health disparity among the API communities. And so let's not work alone, but work together. And let's all be united and voice our opinion about closing the gap, encouraging more education, because there is not a lot of education about this topic to the API communities. So, having that said, I want to thank you all so much. I want to thank the Council of Asian, I can't even say it, the Council of Asian Minnesotans, and thank you all for taking the time. And please do come visit. My booth is right there. Thank you all so much.
Thank you all for doing the hard work. Now I would like to invite to the podium two great friends of the council, as well as being two great friends themselves. Senator Sandy Pappas and Senator Alan Anderson.
Hello everyone, welcome to the state capitol. I'm the Sandy Pappas of the duo here, and former chair of the higher ed committee, so I love seeing all the young people here. And I just want a show of hands of everybody who's planning on going to college or is in college. All right, raise your hand. Okay, everybody needs to go to college because that's really of your future, and we're really looking forward to you being the future leaders. And I hope that one of you, if any of you live in my district, that you should think about running in when I leave and be my replacement, because we'd love to have you here in the Capitol. Thanks again for coming, and have a good day.
All right, thank you, Sandy. I am Senator Ellen Anderson, also from St. Paul, and I will only be a senator for one more week. And so I just wanted to give you my greetings. I'm really honored that the governor has appointed me to chair the Public Utilities Commission, so I will be moving on to a new role in public service. And I just wanted to say thank you to all of you. Thank you to the Asian Pacific community in Minnesota for your strong support and for working with you year after year. And thank you all for being here. You're young, and most of you, I see all these young people, and you are the future, and you need to keep coming to the Capitol and having a voice in the political process and making your voices known, and be the leaders that you are to make our state the great place that it is and will continue to be. So thank you all so much.
All right, I know that they had to rush, and I was rushing in my introduction of them, but now that they are leaving and there's more time for me, Senator Pappas and Senator Anderson have really been good friends of the council. They've done so much work, particularly Senator Anderson on jobs and economic development. She's been a strong supporter of that. And then Senator Pappas on education and higher education issues. A lot of the state grant dollars that you're receiving, I mean, those are some of the funding options that she has strongly supported these past many years. So I want to thank her and thank Senator Anderson for the work, and particularly Senator Anderson, because she was on the council board for so many years, and so thank you, and thank her for her support and effort. Next on the agenda, I would like to invite Tria Chang from Hmong American Partnership just to come and just to talk to us about the great things that are happening at Hmong American Partnership.
Everybody, thank you for coming out today, and I'd like to thank the council for inviting me to speak today. Hmong American Partnership as a social service agency serving the Asian community, in interacting with people, we assist a lot of participants who are new refugees or immigrants to the country. With the current budget deficit as it is and all the budget cuts to local government, we are seeing detrimental impacts on the families that we serve. Last year, for example, our agency directly served over 5,000 participants in our different departments, such as employment services, youth and family, education and training, housing, health and wellness. Many of these participants need assistance such as employment, tutoring assistance for their children, access to ESL classes, chemical dependency, and housing and heating issues. When assisting participants, we understand the importance of not only helping them to meet their essential needs, but to tell them that it's okay to ask questions about how things work and what are being done. And if they feel that things aren't being done to provide them assistance, it's okay to speak up if there are issues that are important to them. In many Asian cultures I know, and specifically in the Hmong culture, it is oftentimes looked down upon to question authority figures. And many times that translates into failure to meet the needs of new refugees or immigrant groups or different groups because they remain silent on these topics. Every day at HAP, we let our participants know that if they have questions or concerns, we will do our best to help find an answer for them. From ESL to civics classes to meeting with our infant participants, we are educating and empowering our participants and the Asian community to participate in the electoral process if they're eligible, to participate in community forums and in meetings with their legislators at the Capitol. Events such as Get Out the Vote, and partnerships with the Census Bureau to hire language-specific enumerators and telling participants the importance of being counted, help to show immigrants and refugees and Asian community in general how the government processes work. Success in America is what all of us want, but sometimes being new to the country, there are many obstacles and barriers that immigrants and refugees need to overcome, such as language, new culture, adjustment to technology, and education are just some barriers. So we believe at One American Partnership that you have to build a strong foundation and support structure initially, and this will allow our participants and the Asian community in general to succeed in the long run by educating and encouraging the participants to be involved in the communities that they live in. Hopefully our participants and hopefully all you guys will have the means to learn and inform legislators about policies and decisions that are helping or hurting you, your family, or the community. And this will ultimately improve all our chances in America of succeeding. So again, I thank you guys for allowing me to come out and speak. I thank the council, and that's all I have.
Thank you. Next, I would like to invite, and we have a special guest with us from the Minnesota House, Minn, and she will have so much to share with you. She is one of those that just had a great idea, and she just did it. And so she will share with you, I hope, her own story of running for office. And for those of you that are interested in running for office, she's got a great story, great energy, and a lot of wisdom to share. So congratulations. This is her first term, and she won election in November, and congratulations, and we look forward to working with you. And thank you for your support.